VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for.
Is that right, Steve? Were your mum so fat when she rolled out of bed it caused a massive earthquake and it didn't even register on the Richter scale because it was off the scale? Boom, shake, shake, shake the room, tick a tick, 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 tick. Boom. How are you doing, everybody? I am Kev Ashford and this is the not world famous Man United VanCam. Oh yeah. Bit of rebranding for this week. Few people say you should put United in the title. I've only gone and done it. What do you think of it? Have you got a better title? Let me know. There is loads to discuss this week. David De Gea, why is it only a 1 year contract? You know, I know United have triggered it, but Jesus Christ, man, where would we be without this man? I dread to think. I'm going to be talking the Crystal Palace result. We'll also be looking at the young boys. Well, I don't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? If anyone even thinks of cutting that into a clip and saying that I'm going to be looking at young boys, we'll be looking at that Champions League game. A certain somebody scored a goal. Yeah, he sure did. Anyway, everything else that's coming up in the show will be coming along the bottom of the screen. So let's get cracking this week then. And before I crack on with this week's show, I did want to thank a few people from last week. If you're watching it live tonight when it actually premieres, oh yeah, Kev's getting all, yeah, good, innit? If you're watching it live, make sure you get into the super chat, leave messages there. I will pick them up as well and use them in my comment section. But a few people I really want to thank really quickly. Sion Jones, this seems to be a regular thing every week. £5 in the pot. He said he almost missed the premiere for a second week. It's beer o'clock. That's what I like to do, mate. I sit and watch myself with all yous drinking beer. God, I'm sad, aren't I? Alex Rudd put 2 payments in of $2 a piece and put beer money for you while you're watching the game. I did drink beer at the match. In fact, I'll say I drowned my sorrows at the Crystal Palace game. And Robert Ingram said, damn Fellaini, and $3.99 in the pot. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. It's really nice of you. But there's only one place to start, and it was the Crystal Palace match. Like I said before, man, I did have a few beers at half-time. In fact, you know what? I didn't even bother going out for about the first 20 minutes of the second half. I have never been to a match that was so flat. The fans, everything, it was like everybody was hungover or something. It's like Boxing Day when you're at Old... Well, at least people are in good form. But, I mean, Jesus Christ, I left that ground. Now, what I will say, I'm not Mourinho out. A few people have messaged me and said, have you changed your opinion of him? My opinion is that these players are letting Mourinho down big time. Apart from the fact that I don't see what sacking Mourinho is going to do, because I don't see anybody else out there that could come in against Juventus. Everybody, oh, this is the old Mourinho. I love that. You know, when he pulled the mad face and started goading the Juventus fans, giving them back. And everyone's saying the old Jose's back, you know, we're back in play and all that. And then a couple of weeks later, a shit result, you know, against Man City, where we were totally outclassed. There's nothing to be disgraced about that. We were beaten by the better team. They've got better players than us. That's the heartbreaking thing. My voice went a bit then, didn't it? But yeah, and then all of a sudden, you know, Mourinho's lost the plot on that. Yes, I was not happy with the Crystal Palace result, not one bit, because we're Man United. But the thing is, these players, are you telling me Mourinho set out against Crystal Palace to get a draw and said, go on lads, just, you know, put on that shirt, we'll all get paid at the end of the day, just get out there and... yeah, we'll take a 0-0, a clean sheet. Bollocks, man. So many players. I know some people might say, they're playing with a handbrake on. It's because he's telling them to do that. I can't. I don't buy into it, man. I think Mourinho will get it right. And I've not got the red tinted specs on here. I really do think he will. And do you know what? I think that's what drives him on. It's people like Gary Lineker, Rio Ferdinand, Paul Scholes, all these ex-players and pundits, whatever, coming out and criticising Mourinho. He's building up that, you know, that empire that, you know, everybody hates us. And we got that when Mourinho come back to United. Yeah, the results need to be better on the field, but it will come. I'm telling you, it's positivity, Cam. That's what it is today. And then midweek, we play Young Boys. And again, it wasn't a great game, but it could have been so much different if, again, some players had pulled the finger out. If Rashford had got that goal early on, that's why I want to see United actually take the lead early and then play with a bit of confidence, because the longer it stays at 0-0, it got a bit edgy. You know, people are thinking if Young Boys score a goal here and all that, gonna get a bit dodgy, things are gonna get on top. But we got the goal, and it was that man. So what a nice little link to fit in. We might as well just go ahead to and do Fellaini Watch. Some say that if you were to cut open his head, it'd be full of candy floss. All that we know is he's called Fellaini. Great ball in, here's a big man! No! You bushy-haired tit. Hey, this is Fellaini Watch. It's the part of the show where we look at what that former bushy-haired tit has been at this week. Obviously, it was a bit of a belter, the fact that my phone lit up at full time against Young Boys. Yeah, digga-doo, digga-doo. And now I know what celebrities feel like. They must get mithered all the time with notifications. Every time, which is not very often, that Fellaini actually does something in the red shirt for United, Kev gets all the abuse. I told you he was a good player. Leave that Fellaini alone. He's mint. Don't get me wrong, man. The goal was an absolute corker. And if Ibrahimovic, Messi, Ronaldo, somebody in that category, you know, that can actually play football, had have scored that goal, people have been going on about it for years. But because it's Marwan, because he's shit, you know, he doesn't really get the credit that's due. But on VanCam, on Fellaini Watch, I do not mind saying that that goal was fantastic. And don't expect me to be saying that again, because I'm telling you, words that will not leave my lips again. So I don't mind saying, Marwan, fair play to you. But there was one niggly little thing. This was before the game, before the Young Boys match. Marwan was in the tunnel. Now everybody comes out with a mascot. It's not a hard job. All you got to do is look after a little child. If you've got children yourself, you'll know, you know, it's pure mither, man. You've got to keep an eye out on them. You know, your car keys, you keep them in your pocket. You know, your dog, you put it on a lead. Marwan, before the match, he had one job, mate, just to come out and hold some kid's hand, you know, make the dream come true. Well, in your case, it wouldn't be making dreams come true. So I'm stuck with this big dickhead. Anyway, that's not the point. Fellaini lost his mascot before the match. Couldn't find him or her. Lost a child.
Well, where'd you lose him? He ain't a set of fucking car keys, is he?
I can't believe it, man. It was only last week he shaves his head, so I have to retire the bush. Oh, God. And now he loses a child. And last week he forgot his birthday. It was a week early. I know I'm going over old ground, but Marwan then decided, because he didn't have a child and everybody else had him, he took Jesse Lingard's mascot. So that left Jesse Lingard without one. What a bully! And on a week when he scores a winning goal that gets us into the Champions League last 16, I am finding fault with him losing a child. It's not on. Fellaini, if you watch this, and some people do think that you watch it and you take it as inspiration, that's why you started playing a bit of football. Just bringing it down on your chest and putting it in the net. Don't lose a child again. It's not big. And sure, it's certainly not clever. That's Fellaini Watch. That was Fellaini Watch, the gift that keeps on giving. Even in a week when he scores the winning goal that gets us in to the knockout of the Champions League, and I can still find something else to go on about. Losing a child. Marwan. Oh, like I said, the gift that keeps on giving. Right, next up we'll do the big VanCam debate. We'll try and speed through this one quickly. We'll set the poll for this week, so make sure you get involved. This, my furry-headed friends, or if you're not Fellaini, anyway, in Fellaini's case, he's not a furry-headed friend anymore. He never was a friend. Anyway, this is the big VanCam debate.
The big VanCam debate.
Okay, this is the big VanCam debate. Now, last week it was on Marcus Rashford. I asked the question, would you let him leave United, you know, to further his career? 90% said no chance. Are you on glue? Or, as I made a mistake, I put, are you in glue? I suppose it's the same thing, isn't it, really? You just sort of stuck there and I don't know where I'm going. Anyway, let me crack on. What that actually means is that Man United fans think that Rashford is in the best place and that knobheads, scouse knobheads like Jamie Carragher and all these ABUs, they're the ones that actually want him to leave, you know, to further his England career. Couldn't give a shit about it. This week, the news that David De Gea has signed, well, United have triggered a 1-year extension, worries me. Now, I know people will be saying, what are you on about, Kev? But it worries me that they've not tied him down and David De Gea is not committing to, you know, a 3 or a 4-year contract. If it was me, I'd give him a 10-year contract. Give him the keys to the, you know, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. But you know what I mean? I do everything I could because if we lose David De Gea, United, as a team, we're going to be set back years. Where would we be without Spanish Dave over these last few years? Since Sir Alex Ferguson left? Oh, don't even bring me down. So the question this week is, hand on heart, do you think David De Gea, do you think this is his last season? Because I've got a horrible feeling that it is going to be. In United, the cash cow that they are actually going to cash in. They've activated this 1-year, you know, extension, knowing full damn well that he's not going to sign a 3 or 4-year contract. And the only way that they would be able to profit from this now would be to offload him to PSG, maybe Real Madrid if they want to get rid of Courtois or something. But yeah, so the question this week is, David De Gea, hand on heart, do you think this is his last season at Old Trafford? So is it David De Gea? No, let me do that again. David De Gea. See what I did there? Or David let me try this again. David De Gea, see what I did there? Or David, see you later. Yeah, it's one or the other. So you've got to make your decision. Click on the eye up here, get involved and cast your vote. So do you think De Gea's going or do you think he's going to stay? So, you know, David De Gea or David, see you later. God, it's good, isn't it? As always, it's one or the other. You have to make your decision. There is no sitting up on that fence. People might think, you know, look at him or her, all high and mighty, but he's not high and mighty. Ultimately, people are going to look up. You're just setting yourself up. You're a target, a sitting duck. That's what you are up there. So make a decision. Do you think he's going to stay or do you think he's going to go? I know it's a bad one this week, but we need to get to the bottom of it. The big VanCam debate. That was the big VanCam debate. Make sure you get involved and cast your vote so we can see next week if you think that David De Gea is going to stay or go. So use your heart, not your head on that one, yeah? You use your head, not your heart. Just forget about it anyway. Next up is CockStroker of the week. This is where we find out who has been a bad bellend and CockStroker. Let's just roll it, man. There's a top 3. The CockStroker of the week. Right! Now, this is CockStroker of the week. This is where we find out who has been a bad bellend. Yeah, getting your words out. Rock on. Anyway, this week there is a top 3 and coming in at number 3, and thank you very much to Dave Birtwistle, the legendary Birtwistle himself, old Bertie, coming with this tweet, copying me in. It's from ex-England goalkeeper Peter Shilton, who started carrying on about Mourinho because, oh my God, remember when he kicked the water bottle that time and he got banned? Remember Paul Parker, ex-United player, come out and said, you know, he could have killed someone. Yeah, a plastic water bottle's going to kill someone, you dick. Anyway, this week Mourinho took it even further and I thought it was great to see. Bit of passion, yeah, but when it's Mourinho, it's not passion, is it? You know, could have killed someone. Peter Shilton's come out and said that, you know, what Mourinho did, he should fine himself. Yeah, don't know how that's going to work. But come on, man. You just scored a goal in the final minute of the match, the 90th minute, whatever, which gets us through to the Champions League knockout in a group that had Juventus and Valencia in. It's not that bad, is it, for a team that's really shit? So for that reason, Peter Shilton, just stay away from United, yeah? We don't need your negativity. Yeah, for that reason, you're number 3, you tit.
And there's go the drinks.
Number 2 this week is that bad bellend. It is Gary Lineker. Great player back in the day. But God, as a pundit, as a host of a show, whatever you call him, the big-eared bastard doesn't half come out with some shit. And it really is unhealthy the way that he carries on at this vendetta against Jose Mourinho. He's always waiting to bite, and he didn't fail in the game against Young Boys when during it, because Mourinho when Rashford put the ball over the bar, he took to Twitter to basically say that, you know, it wouldn't fill him with any confidence if he was a young kid seeing his manager react like that. Turn down Johnny Rotten for a minute. What is he supposed to do? How many people in the crowd reacted like that? I know I did. I was head in hands. He's just missed a chance. He's showing a bit of passion. And what about all these other dickheads that say it all the time? Klopp, Conte, you know, Guardiola. You know, they're expressing themselves on the line. Yeah, look, yeah. But when it's Mourinho, you know, it's not good for Rashford. It's not good for England. What fuck England? I'm not asked about them. I've always said Rashford's in the right place. He's at the right club to develop, and he will. But it's moments like that. Why did he try dinking it over? You know, you're thinking, just put your foot through it, man, and put it in. But Rashford's only 21. He'll get better and better as long as he stays at United. So for that reason, Gary big-eared bastard Lineker, you are number 2. And number 1 this week is Maurizio Sarri. Is that the way you say it? Of course it is. I'm a football expert and I know my shit. It's basically Sarri for some mental comments that he's made about N'Golo Kante, who is a sensational player. I think any team in the world would like him in their squad, but Sarri has come out with an unbelievable comment by actually claiming that he can't play in central midfield. Now, I'm a football expert, and you don't really need to be one to know that Kante is absolutely min at what he does in the centre of the park. In fact, I'd take him any day of the week. I'd drop Fellaini and Matic and play with him because he's as good as them two. Sarri's actually come out and said that Jorginho and Fabregas are better than playing that central midfield role than Kante is. Yeah. Do you know what? He's actually better than the two of them combined. I'd rather have Kante in there. And if there's any sniff that Kante becomes available, I'd have him any day at Manchester United. I've seen him run rings round us many a times. He's just brilliant at that holding midfield role. So what is Sarri on about? And for that reason, sunshine, and for the first time ever, it could be one of many if you keep, you know, spewing this kind of horse shit. Maurizio Sarri, you are the, can't do it, CockStroker of the week. Thank you, please. CockStroker of the week. So there we have it. That is CockStroker of the week, done and dusted for another week. Let me know if you think that the order of that was spot on, because obviously I think it's spot on because I put it together. But Sarri saying that Kante can't play in central midfield. Get yourself down to Old Trafford, sunshine, and try watching, I was going to say that bushy-haired tit, the former bushy-haired tit playing that central midfield role. God, you don't know how good you've got it, man. Having why can't I say it? Kante, the former bushy-head, losing the plot here. Yeah, you want to see how he tries playing the midfield role, and then you'll feel blessed to have somebody who's the best player in that position at your club. But like I said, mate, you know, if you've had enough of him and you want to get rid, come to Manchester. We don't play great football and it's always raining. What more could you want? Anyway, let's end off now with your comments. Chance for you shower wankers to have your say. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lookalike in there as well. So let's just roll this shit. Okay, this is your comments. Chance for you lot to have your say on Google Plus. Now and again, I like to put my videos out in there. You know, it might be seen by different people who haven't seen VanCam. So Gerald Hind or Hind or something put more crap from this idiot. Go away, Ashford.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because
don't watch it then, Sunshine. Gerald, what kind of a name is that? Dickhead. L. Easy name to... he says, Rashford technically not good enough for United, let alone Madrid yet. I'm sorry, he's still learning. I did say this earlier. I think he's still learning and he's at the right place too. Billy R, who's got an absolute mint like profile picture, said, don't know if this is a place to sound this out, Kev, but we need a poll. Put Football Club back on the badge. We are not Manchester United, we are Manchester United Football Club. What a great idea. Do you know what? I'll do that for next week, I think. That is one bugbearer with me, because that shows how modern day football has gone. It is a business, and the fact they took Football Club off the badge and just had it registered now as Manchester United. Little changes like that, just put it back on the badge. It's not, it doesn't, you know, it wouldn't take much to do, would it? Yeah, nice one, mate. Phil Unsworth said, the guys at Sony are right, Kev. That's on the back of the VCR giveaway in the Fantasy League. He said, you were going places. That's so am, mate. I'm driving round all the day. Don't know why I just did that. Builder's yard mostly. Funny. But everybody has to start somewhere. Keep on trucking, vanning, mate. Yeah, loving that. Thunderpants thinks we'll be 35,040 points away from City this season. Not sure how that would work, but I get it. You know, it's an over-exaggeration. It's basically saying we're going to be a shitload of points behind them. And at this moment in time, we certainly are, because they're playing really good. We're playing really shit. I love this game, said Missed Live again. Get your ass in gear, mate. You know, you've got to be here with these live premiere things. Mark Fenton said, video players, yeah, the VCR, record. Said, Gary Newman, Link Music, you're defo in tune with Jose's 80s Dave Sexton policy. Head of the game as usual, Kev, keep up the good work. Hashtag back to the future. Loads of people say I'm ahead of the game. I think people are starting to steal my ideas and they're thinking, that's the way to do a YouTube show, yeah? Yeah, you're having it, aren't you? Of course you are. Alexander Martin Jones said, Kev, was this used 16 years ago? Cheeky bastard! Luke Bastard Chadwick. He was, I think he was once named the most ugliest person on the planet. Never mind even ugliest footballer. You cheeky bastard! I'm not having this one. That is an absolute piss take. Kev's ugly, that's what you're trying to say. Look at the kipper on him, man. Cheeky twastard. Twastard's a mix between a twat and a bastard, and I don't throw them out lightly. They do not get used all the time, but you, my friend, what's his name? Where are you? Alexander Martin Jones. I was going to say I'd take my hat off to you. I wouldn't even bother, mate. Just make sure that you watch your back, Sunshine, because Kev, you know what I mean? If I see you out in the street, Fellaini elbows are coming out. Thanks very much for watching, and what shitter to end it on. This weekend we're playing Southampton. I've not got my red tinted specs on. I think United will easily win this one, and it could be Mark Hughes' last game at Southampton, which would be sad, seeing the next United player, legend in fact, get the, you know, the sack. But United, you know, we're not here just to go, oh, Mark Hughes, whatever. We're here because we're United, and these players need to start putting this shirt on and showing a bit of pride. I go back to a point I said earlier, these players, you know, the players need to look at themselves, because they're not down tools. I keep hearing the press, you know, they've down tools, they're not playing for him. How many times have we come back this season from behind in a losing position? You know, if players are the down tools, they want to put that effort in to get back in and win games. We need a positive result. What's his some pattern of play, don't we? Attacking style of football, that's all we want. You know, it's what I've grown up on, so that's why it's hard to take now. We're going through this mad transition of trying to get our heads around Sir Alex Ferguson leaving, and we're still We need our identity back. That's what we need. Make sure you drop a like on the bastard video. That makes, you know, everything worthwhile. If you were in the super chat, if you donated or whatever, the finest of fair play to you. You know, $1 can go a long way. Man can go to the pub for the afternoon, leave the wife and kids, the dog, the cat, and just chill. Yeah. Twitter at KevinAshford7. Make sure you follow me. Instagram the same. I went to see the Coke truck the other day. Even Dave Birtwistle said a Coca-Cola sponsoring VanCam now. They're not. I just went to see it. To be honest, I brought my lad with me, but I think I was more excited. You know, as a kid, holidays are coming. I thought, it's rocking up at Eastlands near City's ground, which was a bit of a shitter, but Kev was there. Kev got a picture. Childhood dreams, that's what it's all about. So Instagram, KevinAshford7. Google Plus and all. Well, that dickhead Gerald. If I see you on the street, mate, you're getting a headbutt straight in the nose. And that is a threat, Gerald. Fucking Gerald. Anyway, make sure you enjoy the match. And if you've got anything you want to send in, send it through all the regular channels. I do check, you know, my Twitter and all that, believe it or not. I have the odd sabbatical and that. And what else was I going to say? If you want a star on VanCam at the start, you know, or you know a celebrity, maybe you know Dean Gaffney or Vanessa Feltz, just stop him in the streets, film him and say, can you just say, I'm Dean Gaffney and you're watching VanCam? Then he gets put on at the start, you know, it's rock and roll. Maybe you want to do it yourself. Maybe you know, you want to get your camera out and go, you know, I'm Paul, don't know, yeah, this is VanCam. I don't know, but we'll just see how it works anyway. Talked enough shit. Make sure you have a top weekend, and thank you very much for watching if you've been watching it live with me on the Friday night. If not, still love you just as much. Sound. Oh! Come on, United! Enough of this shit negative football! Let's win a game! Forgot what it's like. Well, we won in the week, but the Premier League, I mean. Yeah! I said your love!